6. Good evening. I am Blessing Ogbonna. President Muhammadu Buhari appeals to ASU to call off strike. Abducted Catholic priest regains freedom after 4 days in kidnappers' den. Lagos to demolish over 10 distressed buildings before Sunday. Sanctions against Russia provoking global crisis. PSG identifies Mbappe's replacement. Plus, news talk on Claration University of Nigeria, CUN, at war. The Imo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has assured aspirants on the platform of a level playing ground as it gears up for its primary elections. The party expressed optimism that it will take over Imo in the next election and added that while minor disagreements might exist among members, they were not an indication of the party's lack of preparedness. The PDP publicity secretary in Imo, Mazi Emenike Meregini, gave the assurance while addressing newsmen at the party's secretariat in Owerri, the state capital. PDP said it was more united than ever before and added that the PDP would give an equal opportunity to all aspirants to test their popularity in the party. The opposition party pointed out that the party's zoning formula would not prevent loyal members of the party from any part of the state from contesting the primary elections. The party urged members of the public to keep faith with the PDP and to desist from utterances and activities capable of causing estranged relationships among party members. A Catholic priest, Reverend Father Emmanuel Diala, has expressed optimism that Nigeria's standard of education would improve if the government at all levels make it a top priority to finance the sector adequately. Father Diala, who is the director of Father Clunan Memorial Secondary School, Emekuku, made this known in an interview with newsmen in Owerri. The Reverend Father, who declared the poor financing of the education sector, regretted that leaders invest more on politics than education. He lamented a situation in which a teacher in the primary or secondary school would be struggling in vain to solve family problems with his monthly salary while politicians are comfortably purchasing nomination and dispersion of interest funds at millions of naira. Father Diala said with sincere efforts, the country's education standard would improve, but appealed to politicians to channel much of their energy to the revitalization of the education system in the interest of all and sundry. Speaking on resumption of third term for the 2021-2022 academic session, Father Diala tasked the students on more seriousness. He, however, cautioned parents against behaviors capable of distracting the attention of their children and words for greater performance. The Reverend Father, who condemned the level of immoral activities embarked upon by students nowadays, challenged the parents and school authorities to monitor the students. Moving on, President Muhammadu Buhari has appealed to the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, to end the lingering strike. Buhari urged ASU to consider the plight of the students and call off the industrial action. He made the appeal at the 19th National Productivity Day celebration and conferment of the National Productivity Order of Merit Award held at the State House Conference Center, Abuja. He also urged the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, to exercise patience as the government tries to resolve the crisis. Buhari recalled his February directive to his Chief of Staff, Ibrahim Gambari, the Ministers of Education, Labour and Employment, Adamu and Chris Ngige, respectively, to address the concerns of the striking aggrieved workers' unions. It can also be recalled that ASU had been on strike since February 2022. ASU on Monday extended its ongoing rollover strike by another 3 months. The body is demanding funding for the revitalization of public universities, the end academic allowances, the university transparency, accountability, solution and promotion arrears. Others include the renegotiation and implementation of the 2009 ASU federal government agreement and the inconsistency in the integrated personnel payroll information system. The parish priest of St. Pius X Parish in Ikota Basiapan, Mpags, and in local government area of Akwa State, Reverend Father Alphonsus Ubo, who was kidnapped on Sunday, 8 May 2022, at his residence, has been freed after spending 4 days in the kidnappers' den. A source within the parish who pleaded anonymity disclosed this, saying the priest was released around 2 a.m. today, Thursday, adding that he was not sure if any ransom was paid to the hoodlums. Recall that before his release, the Catholic Secretariat in Uyo had called for intense prayers from the faithful within and outside the diocese of Uyo, and also men and women of goodwill to join in the prayers for Father Ogbonna's quick release. A statement issued by the Diocesan Chancellor, Very Reverend Father Charles Ekeng, dated May 9, 2022, titled "A Call for Prayers for Abducted Priests," conveyed the deep feelings of the diocese over the abduction of the clergy at his parish residence. Meanwhile, the Akwa Ibom State Police Public Relations Officer, Odiko McDon, at the time of filing this report, told journalists in a telephone interview that he was unaware of the Paris release. He, however, promised to speak when he's officially briefed. The presidency today has said government appointees who do not resign to pursue their political ambition will have someone decide for them. Presidential spokesman Garba Shehu stated these hours after President Muhammadu Buhari directed members of his cabinet and other government appointees nursing political ambitions ahead of next year's election to resign. According to him, the instruction to resign is clear, stressing that they were appointed. 9 ministers who are contesting for various positions at national and state levels are affected by the new directive. Already, some of them have resigned to pursue their political ambitions. The spokesman's comment came on the heels of criticism over the cost of nomination and expression of interest forms for the All Progressives Congress presidential ticket. Meanwhile, he believes aspirants can source money by various means, such as donations from their supporters. The presidential aide said it's not the place of the presidency to investigate the source of fundings. He also suggested that APC should not refund monies used in purchase of the funds, even if the aspirant makes a U-turn in their pursuits. And now to the business scene. As part of the ongoing efforts to rid Lagos State of distressed buildings, the Lagos State Building Control Agency says it has marked over 10 structures in the state for demolition. A statement by the head public affairs, Adetayo Asawa, said the buildings were marked for being structurally distressed and unsafe for habitation. The development came on the heels of the demolition of a distressed building located at 47 Jaba Street, Ebutemeta, Lagos State. The General Manager, Lagos State Building Control Agency, Bolahan Oki, who spoke during the enforcement exercise, commended the efforts of the community leaders, youth, and residents of the area for cooperating with the enforcement agents of the agency. And now to the foreign scene. Russian President Vladimir Putin has said that sanctions imposed on Russia by the West are provoking a global crisis. He stated this today during a meeting on economic issues. According to the Russian leader, continuation of the West's obsession with sanctions will inevitably lead to the most difficult, ungovernable consequences for the European Union as well as the poorest countries in the world. Putin added that Russia is coping with external challenges provoked by Western sanctions and the inflation the country is going down. And now to the sports scene. Paris Saint-Germain has reportedly identified Benfica forward Darwin Nunez as a potential replacement for Kylian Mbappe should the France international decide to leave Leopards Prince at the end of the season. Reports have said PSG could sign Primera Liga's top scorer Mbappe's replacement if he leaves Paris as a free agent in June. Mbappe, who is League's 2021-2022 leading scorer with 24 goals, will be out of contract in June. The 23-year-old is yet to sign a new contract with PSG. He is widely expected to leave the French Ligue 1 champions for Real Madrid this summer. And as per the aforementioned report, Nunez, who has also drawn interest from the top European clubs, is apparently PSG's top pick as Mbappe's replacement. Next is news talk on Claration University of Nigeria, CUN, at 1, written by Mark Irechukwu of Public Relations Units.
This tune was made on the page.
And that ends the news as edited by Chinwendu Efedade. I am Blessing Ogbonna. Good evening.